Am I the asshole for hiding family heirlooms when my family visits? I am one of 5 children, and my father died when we were very young, leaving my mom and my 4 siblings. My parents had collected a lot of cool things over the years. When my mom downsized to a condo after all the kids had left home, she got rid of a lot of items that she no longer had room for. We all had things that we were sentimental about, and as one of the younger siblings I didn't request anything, although I had strong connections to a few items. After everyone had decided on what they wanted, I wound up with 3 things that were of little to no financial value, but I treasure them for the memories they represent. The first item is a tractor seat that is bolted to a butcher block to make a funky chair. The second item is a 1970s tacky spice cabinet, and the third thing is a set of stoneware pastry bowls that my mom had saved green stamps to buy. Over the years my siblings have sold, destroyed, or lost the items that they got. And now, when they come to my house, they often comment on the things I have. I didn't know you got those, I've always wanted that, etc. My mom even told my sister behind my back that she could have tracked a seat chair that I had because I wasn't really using it. My mom saw that I had it in the garage because I was protecting it from the weather and it needed sanding. For other reasons, I have gone no contact with this sister. Well, she texted me out of the blue to ask if she could have the chair. I told her it was sentimental for me and I would prefer to keep it. She tried to guilt trip me about how she didn't have anything left from our parents. I didn't reply, conversation over. I also knew that if she had it, it would likely be ruined since she is a bit of a hoarder and doesn't take care of things. She has let a flooding basement go on unresolved for years and her entire house smells like mildew. So bad that I can smell it on her whenever I'm around her. She refuses to acknowledge there is a problem. Shortly after the text exchange, my mom came to house sit for one night, and I hid the chair in question because I was worried she was going to have my sister come over and grab it, or take it for her. Then again recently, my mom asked me if she could have the spice rack to give to my sister. I said that I was using it, which is true. We will be hosting Christmas this year and I plan to hide the bowls, the chair, and the spice rack while my family is visiting. I'm starting to feel like I don't really want anything to do with my family at all, including the heirlooms. I'm not someone who is generally attached to things, especially when it starts to affect a relationship, but I feel on principle this is about more than the heirlooms and more about boundaries. I feel bad about hiding things, but am I the asshole? Not the asshole, but your mom, and not your sister, is the biggest star. Your mom is literally trying to take your things and give them to your sister. Hide your spice, hide your chair, hide your bowls. Not the asshole, but your family is weird. Does your mom always favor this sister over you? That's all I'm hearing here, is that sister gets whatever she wants even if your mom has to take it from someone else for her to have it. Rude. Nope, not the asshole. Lock them in your car trunk when they visit. If you're distracted while hosting, and they snoop around for the items, they won't consider them being in your car trunk. Not the asshole. Definitely hide your items. Hide them at a different location, a locked attic, somewhere they absolutely cannot see or find them. My mother has done similar to me, given things that were mine to siblings, because they expressed interest. Yes, as adults. So hide your stuff, or even better, don't let any of them near your place. If they do come over and ask, be vague and change the subject. Bowls? Missing? Don't you remember you gave them to your sister last time? Not the asshole. Hide the items. They obviously didn't care about the items they received since they didn't take care of them. You value the 3 things you have and want to keep them. Don't let them emotionally manipulate you into giving them your things. Not the asshole, so rude of them the way they're going about it too. Do you really want to host people you can't trust? Not the asshole. And I'd say you might even stash them at a friend's house. People like your sister and your mom aren't above snooping in the garage, looking in closets, etc. If they have the nerve to ask where is other, just smile and say in a very special spot. Not the asshole. It's completely reasonable to want to protect your sentimental heirlooms from being ruined by family members who have shown a lack of care for their own belongings. Your boundaries matter, and it's important to stand up for what you value. Not the asshole. I am a professional organizer dealing with a hoarded house right now and all the damage that happens when you pack an entire landfill into a home. Uck. Not the asshole. Your family is essentially using guilt to try to get you to give them things, which is emotionally abusive. You are not wrong for taking steps to shield yourself from that abuse. Not the asshole. Hide those things. Refuse to discuss them. You took things that were left over once everyone else went through everything. Now they want the few items you have? Nope. Bedroom door keypad locks are good things to have for any all valuables including financial legal papers and prescription meds. Not the asshole. Nata. I'm hosting holidays this year after all elders have died. It's a shame, but I will be setting up cameras in rooms and plan to shout out loud if the notification goes off, "Hey, why are you in room?" for maximum total embarrassment and proof. Shame I have to but will. I would host but got guilted by my kids. Sigh. My grandpa carved wood, and had a lot of small things he'd made. When he passed, one of my uncles took all of them. I understood wanting them. But then my uncle's house has some kind of bug, mold, and all the carvings rotted and had to be thrown out. I don't remember what my dad had said happened to them, but it crushed me that they're all just gone forever. When my dad and his siblings went through the house to split things up, I asked my dad to save me any wood carving tools he could, and he did. I have them and am hoping to eventually figure out how to use them. I miss my grandpa. Not the asshole. They had their chance. These are your items and you need to be firm with them or else you're overstepping, mom. Not the asshole. Keep the heirlooms. Get rid of the family. Typical with every family story I read on Reddit, parents have no spine and they only care to address the needy problem child and screw over the good kid because it's easier than parenting. Not the asshole. Hide them. And if your family starts asking around about where the objects are, you'll know it's because they were looking for them in order to take them. Who shops at their family's homes? So bizarre. Not the asshole. Your mom is one of your big problems. I can't imagine my mother saying anything other than we all got something and that your siblings weren't entitled to the objects you received. You might want to ask your mom why she is showing favoritism to your sister at your expense. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. And they're completely selfish. Everyone picked what they wanted, you picked last. You picked the stuff they didn't want. They destroyed, or got rid of what they chose, you kept yours and looked after it. To then demand what you chose because they now want it is unbelievable. Your mom now trying to take and guilt you into handing over what was freely given to someone who won't appreciate it is disgusting. I'd say either lock the stuff away when they're around, or store it elsewhere unless you want it to be stolen from you. Not the asshole. But I would stop having any of them over at all. If you do want to keep contact, see them outside of your house. And change all your locks just in case. It reads like you do care about these items and remember them growing up. Doesn't sound like you think you are allowed to care about them because your family usually takes from you. Not the asshole. But if you have to resort to hiding stuff so it isn't stolen, then you need to just not allow those people into your home. Not the asshole. Out of sight, out of mind. It's a good idea. Hide them and lock them up. I would hide them at a friend's house until the holidays are over. Hide them very well. I wouldn't trust them. Not the asshole. But I would fully rent a small storage unit for the duration of their visit. Not the asshole. Stop having potential thieves at your house and change your locks if they have keys. Not the asshole. But if you have to hide your things when family comes over, they're not worth having around.